The verb to be in Finnish is olla. O-L-L-A. What is the last syllable?
La.
La. And to get I, we take off the last syllable. What do we have left?
Ol.
Ol. That's right. And now try to add N there. Just N. Try to add N.
Ollen.
Ollen. Do you think it's kind of hard to say?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It's just like englantista, having the two hard things there in a row. Finnish wants to avoid having these hard pronunciation things. That's why we soften things. But in this case, we are not just going to add the personal ending N. We are going to add E, the ABCDE, and then the personal ending N. So how is I am? Don't go through memory.
Mm-hmm.
What is the true form? To be.
Olla.
To be. Just olla. Taking off the last syllable. Ol. And now adding ABCDEN.
Olen.
Olen. The only reason why this E is there is to make the pronunciation easier. We are going to call this ABCDE a placeholder vowel. Later we are gonna discover more and more uses when we are going to use it just for pronunciation purposes, to make things easier to pronounce. Because if we had different vowel there, then we wouldn't need it. And we are going to discover that later. But always when you see E, this ABCDE before N in a verb, or how is we are?
Me olemme.
Me olemme. Always when you see E, this ABCDE before personal ending, it's always placeholder. Always there to make the pronunciation easier. And if we think about the verb to be, how is that?
Olla.
Olla. What are the two consonants?
LL.
Yes. How many of them do we have? How many L's do we have?
Do we have two?
Yes. When we have two of the same consonants, in case like this, the second last syllable and the last syllable, we are going to take the last syllable off, like normally. But the last letter is it vowel or consonant?
It's vowel. It's vowel.
L. Is L vowel or consonant?
L is consonant.
Yes, and if we have consonant, adding another consonant to it would be hard. Ollen. That's the reason why we're adding a vowel between them, to make it easier. How was to inspire? What was the first thing we think about?
Inspiration.
Inspiration. And what is the next thing that we take off?
Asian.
Asian. And we added then?
Inspiroida.
Inspiroida. O-I-D-A. And what did we take off next?
To do what?
We have inspiroida. And to get I, what do we take off?
We take off the last syllable.
Yes, and what is the remaining part?
Inspiroi.
Inspiroi. And we add what later to get I, inspire?
N.
Yes. And how is it?
Inspiroin.
Inspiroin. Here we can see that we have two vowels before the N. We have
I.
Inspiroin. We have O and I. O and I. So we don't have any need to add placeholder vowel A, B, C, D, E before. And because we had the two vowels E before the D in the to form, how is to inspire?
Inspiroile.
Take it slowly. Think through the whole process. Inspiration, and what is the next step?
Inspiration is inspiroida.
Inspiroida. We have O-I-D-A. We have two vowels before the D. That's why we are not making the relationship, because we would have three vowels together, and Finnish doesn't want to do that. So we take off the whole last syllable and we added an N. But we didn't need to add anything in addition to the N, such as placeholder, because we weren't looking for the relationship and we didn't have a problem like hard pronunciation. So we added just the N. Very good. You are. First, what is to be?
Olla.
Olla. And what is the first step that we do next?
To remove the last
syllable. Yes, and what do we have left?
Ol.
Yes, and what do we add now to get you are?
T.
And what before it?
This
placeholder vowel, and what
That's
was
an A.
Yes, the E, the A, B, C, D, E.
Yeah.
So how is you are?
Olet.
Olet. Very